Hi everybody, Lori here for Mama Elephant. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to share some of the new February release with you. Today we are featuring the Little Frog Agenda along with the Grass Duo Creative Cuts, and I have a fun project to share with you featuring those two new products. So here we have the Little Frog Agenda stamp set, and there are creative cuts to go with all of those images. And then we have the Grass Duo standalone creative cut. It gives you two separate grass dies that you can layer, mix and match to create like a grassy little grounding for your images. But let's just take a closer look at the Little Frog Agenda. I mean, if you're familiar with the little agenda stamp sets with Mama Elephant, you know how cute they are. And this month, they're doing little frogs. Okay, so I'm going to start by making a bit of a panel, little window openings for my Little Frog Agenda images. I'm taking one of the smaller circle dies from the B2B Circles Creative Cut set. It's kind of a nested circle die set. And I took one of the smaller circle dies. I'm going to die cut it 4 times into this panel of white cardstock. There are some cover dies in the Mama Elephant shop that would work great. You've probably seen them used whenever little agenda stamp sets are being featured. They're like little window openings, whether it's a grid or circular. There's hearts, snow globes. I'm kind of creating my own custom one here, but you need little window openings to house these cute little images. Okay, so I chose 4 frogs. It was hard to pick because they're all so cute, but I took 4 and I'm stamping them with some Copic friendly ink onto white cardstock, and I'm just going to color in the frogs. I chose 2 Copic markers here, keeping it very, very simple. You can see my marker caps there. I've got YG25 for the lighter shade, and then YG17 for a little bit of darker shade along the bottom of the frog. Frogs do come in a lot of different colors. They're not all green, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to keep it really simple and just do green. Just do 4 green frogs. So there you have it. And there's also some of the frogs have little accessories, like the one here has a star balloon, a party hat, and a present. He's ready for a party. And then the other one is holding what looks like to me a big leaf. I guess it could be a flag. Maybe it's a flag. Sometimes I'm left wondering what these things, but I think it's a big leaf. I think. Okay, so I colored in that star balloon, and then now I'm using the coordinating creative cuts to cut these out. Take it off camera, run it through my die cutting machine, and now I have my 4 Little Frog Agenda images ready to go. Now for my window panel that I've created, I'm going to do a little ink blending in the background. So I have my card base, and I laid my window panel over it. I'm taking a pencil, and I'm just lightly tracing where those circle openings are so that I know where to do the ink blending. I'm going to make like a subtle aqua blend behind those window openings. I'm using positively saturated inks in the color Seafoam for the lighter shade, and then I'll go in with Surf, which is the shade darker, to give it a little gradient love. Okay, so now here's Surf. I take a smaller blender brush just to get a little bit of that darker ink along the bottom. And this is kind of like, I don't know if you want to look at it like a pond background or just like a soft sky, but a lot of times frogs are around water, so I was thinking maybe it's kind of a pond-ish vibe. I don't know, we're just going with it. Okay, so we have the surf there. Now you'll see what this looks like behind the windows. If your ink blending is not perfect, this is very forgiving. Okay, moving on to the Grass Duo. I'm going to do these 2 different grasses in 2 different colors of solid color cardstock. So first is kind of a light green, and you can see how it leaves the base. You can make that base of your grass as thick or as thin as you want it to be. It's a very dainty, skinny grass. They look great when they're layered together. I did the second one out of kind of a dark teal, and these 2 look really pretty when they're layered together. It's kind of a, I don't know what kind of grass that is, but I think it would look good along a pond, and that's what we're going with. Okay, so I'm going to trim up these long grass die cuts into 4 little segments to put behind each one of those little window openings. I'm going to layer the 2 together. Got to trim it down to make it fit. We actually do live on a pond, and it's a small little pond, but I'll tell you what, we got a lot of frogs, and they love to live, just kind of like hang out along the edge, the bank of it. And our dog, Hank, one of his favorite things to do is just to run along the whole edge of the pond and just kind of freak the frogs out, and they go jumping, and he just loves that. That just makes his day. So we do see a lot of frogs, and occasionally they'll work their way up into the yard and even on the driveway sometimes, which is a little odd, but it's better when they stay down near the pond. And I'll tell you what, in the warm, like summer months, those suckers can get loud. I don't know what you call that, bullfrog croaking, but I'd say the bullfrogs get a croaking, and the cicadas get a crackling. I don't know what cicadas do, but between the cicadas and the bullfrogs, sometimes I just got to shut the window. But my husband, he actually loves it. He loves the sounds in the night, and sometimes I'm like, can we just tame down the croaking for tonight? Okay, so I adhered the grasses, layered them up, put a little foam tape behind the frog, and then now this is another new stamp set called Hello Froggy. I'll be featuring more of that stamp set tomorrow, but today I wanted to use it for the sentiment because it's a cute little punny frog sentiment that says you're froggin' awesome. It made me chuckle because a lot of times I hear around here frickin'. You ever hear people say frickin'? Well, now it's froggin'. Okay, we got a new one. Okay, so I'm embossing this in white on a little strip of black cardstock. Heating that with a heat gun, and then I'll trim that into a little sentiment strip, put a little glue on the back, and nestle it right in the center of the card. And there you have a fun, colorful project featuring 4 of the images from the new Little Frog Agenda, as well as the Grass Duo Creative Cuts. All of these new products will be available February 15th. Make sure and leave a comment on this video for your chance to win a prize package. I'll be back tomorrow with more introductions. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.